And welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. I'm doing another PlayStation VR game, primarily because this was a game I had my eyes on for a while, and it's really good. I highly recommend it, especially right now. It's on sale for, I think, $5 or $6. And I absolutely recommend that you get this one. This is Carnival Games VR. It's basically a carnival game collection. So you can do all the kind of stuff you do at amusement parks, and it's really good. It's a lot like that trip that I had to Blackpool last year, and I did a video recently about Playland. So this is more of the same. It uses the Move controller, so there's my hands, and as you kind of see, I'm selecting these different areas like Cowpoke Land. If I raise my arm up and pull the trigger, that actually takes us to the selection. It says OK that way. So here we go. You start off with just Cowpoke Land as an option. And these two rides, or these two events here, the Golden Jar Throw and the Shooting Gallery, those are the only ones you can start with. Then you eventually unlock Alley Ball, and I'll tell you about Playroom in a second. So yeah, the one small criticism I would make for this game is initially you have to play the heck out of this golden jar throw and also the shooting gallery a lot, but they're fun. So this is the golden jar throw. You basically have this little farmhouse thing here, and I'll talk more about that little presenter guy in a second. Good news is the balls are kind of magnetically attracted to your hand. There we go. And all you want to do is just knock the bottles down so that the golden jar falls. You don't have to knock all the bottles down. The more that fall by themselves is more points. But it's just the golden one you want to get. Let's get another one here. Awesome stuff. You're going to notice the busker, the host guy there, Ringmaster. He's not talking, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. So he's going to look very animated, but he's not. No sound is going to come from his mouth. Oh, that's a lousy shot, and that was a lousy shot. Oh well, that's the end of that one. Now, for each event, you actually earn tickets. The better you do, the more tickets you earn, and I'll tell you in a second what that's all about. So let's go over to the shooting gallery. This one's a lot of fun, and it's really well done. It's on a timer, so you don't have forever to... I would almost like it to be twice as long as it really is. Still, here we go. Got my pistols here. Let's shoot some stuff. And in addition to that, you can also pick up these power-ups, like this crossbow thing here. That does a lot of damage. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I really like Shooting Gallery, and I like the Golden Jar thing. That's a lot of fun. But again, you gotta play a heck of a lot of those to continue on in the game before you can unlock Alley Ball. Now this one, I love. You've probably all seen these before in various amusement parks. You just roll the ball up and you want them to drop into the little cups. Funny story, a friend of mine went with me to Vegas to the Consumer Electronics Show years ago, and we were staying at the Circus. And he loved this. They had it set up in Circus, and he wanted to spend more time playing this old-fashioned, oldie-timey amusement thing than actually checking out the Consumer Electronics Show or any of the casinos of Las Vegas. So I guess that speaks to the power of this game, I suppose. Also, Bangkok Ian did a VR review of a seaside amusement park game, and this was on there too. So this is a very well-known game. Alright, well let's talk about those tickets that I just got, because as I say, they are how you unlock these other games, and you can get some kind of fun toys to play around with. Each land has got this little place to redeem your tickets. You'll see in the center bottom shelf, it mentions that I've already unlocked a couple of the alleyway ball, etc. So you have to gain enough tickets to get those little items. Then you pick them up off the shelf and you buy them by dropping them into a bucket. So that's the progression system, if you will. Let's just pick up something. What do I got here? A stick of dynamite? Yeah, sure. That sounds like fun and very safe. Let's buy that by dropping it in here. Now, what you do with those items, other than unlocking these other games, is you go to the playroom here, and it's a little, I don't know what you'd call it, just a playroom. Just all these toys can kind of be tossed around and played with in this environment. This is actually where you unlock trophies in this game, which I'll talk about at the end of the video. So, although it seems kind of a pointless thing, there's my stick of dynamite, and I can toss it around. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't have any. It sort of seems like a useless thing to do, but you can have a bit of fun here. You can shoot stuff and whatever. I tried shooting the dynamite. That didn't actually cause it to explode, though. Yeah, the playroom is just, I guess, why you want to play around with all these, to earn all these tickets after you've unlocked all the rides. I guess it's sort of like, well, what else can you do with the tickets? I know, we'll buy some redemption toys and stuffed animals and stuff like that, and you can throw them around in here. Again, unlock some trophies. It's kind of cool. So that's Cowpoke, or Cowpoke Country. Let's go on here to Wizard's Walkway. This one's got a really good game, a not so great game, and a randomly strange one. But I guess we'll start off with the worst of the bunch. This is Pop Darts. I mean, this is great because it is from those amusement parks. You kind of want to hit the target in the center to pop all the balloons, or just hit each one individually with your limited amount of darts. It's okay. I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, I did rather well there, but this one kind of goes into the lame category. And you can see there, you can actually, if you hit them all, you will get the upper layers as well, which is even harder. That was not so great, but I really like this. This is ring toss. And I mean, it's very obvious, just a ring toss, but it's really well done. It feels intuitive, and if you get the right wrist action, you do get a great experience of tossing those rings. Okay, I do have one more. Alright, let's get that there. Perfect. And that's a pretty decent score. 3 stars gives me 25 tickets for using in the little redemption stand. Pretty good. That's ring toss and pop darts. Now, the next one is weird. This is climbing wall, and I don't get why this is an amusement park thing. I mean, basically, as the little man is showing there, you want to climb up this castle. It's strange, it's random. It doesn't like recreate anything I've seen in other amusement parks. I mean, well, I've seen wall climbing, but not this fantastical version of it. But it's actually really fun. You get a good feeling. It actually gives you a little bit of a workout. And you climb up here, you grab the blue foot handholds. The red handholds will disintegrate over time if you give them, see, that one just fell away there. So there's a bit of strategy. You want to just grab red very briefly, moving along here, up the chain, because you got to follow the arrow. It's a lot of fun. I didn't really expect this to be as enjoyable as it was. Again, random amusement park idea. I think those wands maybe they either give you more time or they give you bonus points. The faster you climb up this wall, the better your score is. So I'll just grab each one of these as I go. And this is where it gets kind of cool. Look at these. You got these moving handholds. So I want to time it properly. Go, go, go. Move, move, move. Let's get... Okay, good. Grab another one of these. Okay, we got a bunch of red now. So we got to very rapidly move across the red. Go, go, go. Okay. Oh, all right. No, let's move up here. Yeah, so grab one of those. Really, really like this one, but talking about random. That's Wizard's Walkway. Then we've got a really cool sports arena game. I like this stuff in here. Let's start off with the basketball hoops game here. Again, this is something you've seen in any amusement park, and it's actually really fun. The tracking is really good on it. I think I ended up with a pretty decent score. I'm not going to show you all of these because the video would take too long, but you know, that gives you an idea of what the basketball hoop game is like. The next one is a little bit strange. You're using a catcher's mitt and you're grabbing or catching random different types of items, like there's some baseballs that come at you, and that's fine, but then they start hurling like some strange things, like a bowling ball comes at you which can take you away, and then a football, so all kinds of odd stuff there. But this is one of my favorite games here. This one is Down the Stretch, and anybody, again, who's been at the old school amusement parks will recognize this. You've got the tilted wooden table with the ball goals at the end. You want to roll your ball up, and you see the horses in the distance there? They want to get to the finish line. And I've even got some people to race against. This one is really good. I mean, this is one of the best of the bunch. If you've played this old machine in real life, this is a great recreation of it. So let's just grab our ball. Luckily, it's sort of that lucky magnetic kind of capacity. If you get it into the one circle that's got a swirly indicator like that, you leap forward. I don't know if you saw my horse up at the top there. He made some good distance. Faster you get across the finish line, the more tickets you earn. But this one is just, it's so well done. And again, if you've ever been in the amusement parks that have this machine, this really feels like it. And I just want to show an extra clip here that when I was playing once, I threw the ball too fast, and it shows that the physics is good because when I threw it too hard, it actually went up on top of the glass. Where is it? Right about here. There you go. So you know, it's quite a good recreation. Really like that one. Down the Stretch. Now over here, I want to talk about the options. The Ringmaster fella hasn't been talking, but I'm going to increase the volume of his voice, and you're going to hear what he sounds like.
At the center of fun. Welcome to Carnival Games, where you're at the center of fun.
Yeah, so I usually turn him off because he just repeats the same thing a lot and he's annoying. Anyway, this is Gizmo Grove. This has got two games like this one here. This is Shark Tank. You want to basically throw the baseball at the target and it'll cause the fella to drop into the tank with the sharks. Kind of morbid, but okay, sure. Fun enough, I suppose. Lousy shot. Alright. Let's move on. That's Shark Tank. It's okay.
Where would you like to go?
Next to that, we've got Funnel Cake Stacker, which is alright. It feels like a Wii game in a way. So grab these little plates and the cannons in the distance, which looks really cool in 3D VR. They fire these funnel cakes, so we gotta basically land them on the platforms. It's cool. Again, it reminds me a lot of like a Wii game. It's alright. It can get pretty frantic here, which is kind of funny. However, the pièce de résistance, and the thing I wanted to end on, this was the reason I got this game to begin with, is Haunted House.
Yikes! A haunted house!
This may actually look very familiar. You're in a little roller coaster with a couple of guns, and you're going to be fighting the undead. This is Rush of Blood, but not as scary. And it's great. It's a nice, cartoony, Rush of Blood recreation. And when I saw the trailer for this, I was like, oh, I gotta get that, because I don't like Rush of Blood. I think it's too scary. I just can't handle it in VR. But a cutesy, cartoony version of the same idea, I'm on board. And this is really good. My only complaint is it's a bit short. It's maybe a couple minutes. But this is a great, great game. This is the reason to get this VR title. So there we go, a cartoony Until Dawn Rush of Blood, an absolutely great addition. I love that game. Now, there's DLC you can buy. There's this Jurassic Junction, which comes on the new pack, and also Cosmic Corner. Check on YouTube to see if those games look interesting to you. I did, and for the $10 they want for that DLC, I honestly don't think it's worth it. I think this game is perfectly fine without. Don't bother. And hello. And if we go into the final tent here, this is your trophies. This is where you can unlock stuff. And again, in the playroom, you would go through and do these little tasks to unlock your trophies. And these are the PlayStation trophies. For example, this one here, I shot a prize as it popped out of a gopher hole. So that just gives you a kind of a hint. Well, at that point, I'm going to conclude the video. Definitely get Carnival Games VR if you remember those old amusement park rides and entertainment forms. It's a really good recreation of it. And for the $6 they're asking right now on the sale, it's totally worth it. Right, well, instead of popping out of a gopher hole, I'm going to say I will see you down the rabbit hole.